Waiting for Reek to pull up. Waiting on Reek to pull up. As soon as Reek pull up, you can get started. Alright, we should be good to go in a few minutes. Reek said he'll be pulling up. So give it like a minute or two, and we good to go. Give it a moment or two. Reek will be pulling up. Part 2. Ric Laflaree battles Lee L&D on Saturday while the trenches are doing the Pray for My Enemies face-offs. Ric Laflaree versus Lee L&D is one of the, I want to say, 3 battles that's happening Saturday, along with the face-offs. So that's why Rick pulling up. He gonna talk about the Lee L&D battle. And unlike in the first part, we gonna talk about Rick's kill list. Who he wanna kill? Cause I was asking Rick, who need this win more? He need to win more? Or do Lee L&D need to win more? Because technically, Rick the new guy, he got a debatable. He got a debatable with Baby James. He got a debatable. He the new guy around the trenches. And Lee L&D is basically like a gatekeeper over there. If you like one of the newer guys, you gotta see him. You like you gotta see him. That's kind of how that's going. So that's what I was saying. Who really needs to win more? Because Lee L&D is coming off a win. You know, you gotta protect home. You gotta protect home, Lee L&D. You can't just let Reek come in there and put his feet up on the couch. He comfortable. You can't do that. But at the same time, like Reek talk that talk. So I expect y'all to have one of those. I expect y'all to have one of those. You know? Like I like Lee L&D's last performance versus Gab Sinatra. He had a good performance. Yeah, go watch that if you haven't. Lee L&D versus Gab Sinatra. Good battle. A really good battle. Like their battle. Let me see if I can do this like I did last time with it and get good at the pop up like I did last time. Let me see. Let me show you. There we go. Hopefully my picture popped up. try and get the picture to pop back up with it. I just had it up. We go back. Yo,
Yo, yo,
what up, Reed?
what's the word?
Man,
What
you.
going on? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What's the word,
Okay,
Reed?
okay. I'm cool, man. I'm good. I'm chilling. I feel great.
We
You
in
know,
battle mode. We ready for Saturday?
absolutely for me. Absolutely. It's set in stone. You know, this one's set in stone.
This the like get you trenches, but I'm trenches too type situation.
Um, this like the for me the really it's like the welcome to the trenches type battle. Really.
That's
I'll
what I
treat
was
it like
saying.
shit like that. But you know, it's more like the welcoming. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, cause if you clearly go in there and beat L&D, it's like, what happens next?
Chrome.
Mm, who would make sense for you on Chrome?
Anybody. It's really about for me marketability, all of that shit. Marketability,
That
you
is
know,
very true.
anything is possible. Just put the hard work in and just showing that I'm ready for the those bigger stages and bigger names and shit like that. So, but that's something that that's on me. You know, I got to go out there and prove that.
Yeah, but like on the stages, everywhere you've been, I can say you've had a solid performance.
Yeah, for me, it's just this getting more people recognize with my game. That's all. Just get more people familiarized with me. That's all.
Hey, you have a lot of eyes on you come Saturday, because not only do you have the face-offs happening, but you got what? There's three battles happening. Your battle plus two other battles, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So y'all got the eyes on y'all. It's just about go out there and do what you got to do now.
It's the only way. I don't
I
see it
mean,
happening
I
no other
know
way. I'm
y'all
going
gonna have
there.
a good one. I'm predicting y'all to have one like the best battle out of the three battles. I'm
Oh
predicting
yeah.
y'all to have the best one.
Um, I predict I'm gonna have. I'm predicting I'm gonna have bar the weekend.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. I just like I said. I feel like I'm gonna have bar the weekend. Um, you know, and I mean, really, Lee could, he can get bar the weekend too. He has the potential for sure to 'cause I've heard a lot of his bars and I mean, like not for this battle, but I'm talking about in general. Like I watched some battles of his, and he definitely has the potential to write crazy room shakers and make moments and stuff like that. You know, um, if he does, that's a different story. If he executes that shit, because what I'm going in there to do, we gonna talk about a few things. We're gonna talk about a lot of things because you know I already know like him going into that battle, him going into that battle with me means a lot to him now. Like for me, the stakes is raised higher than it is for me. In his head. So he gonna go in there. He gonna rap his heart out. I ain't gonna lie. He definitely gonna rap his heart out. So,
look,
but the question is, will
I
it be
mean, they
enough?
say he coming off a win, so to come off a win with Gav Sinatra, and then you're the new guy, and if you clearly beat him, um, I don't, yeah, cause I might be looking at him like, bro.
I'm coming off a win too. So that shit, to me,
So
it's
see, That's
Like
what I'm saying.
it's,
But it's like for him,
you know,
he like the guy that when you think the trenches, and I think him, I think Dre. So
yeah,
it's like he like nigga, this is trenches is my. You gotta see me. It's one of those type situations with him.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like the pride is high. The pride is high with him. I know it is. He just gotta execute. I think that's his. That's I would say that's his biggest thing. The bars, the energy's there. He just gotta execute it.
Nah, you right. I mean, he gotta, like I said, the energy definitely is there with him. Like, even in the face offs, like, the energy there for Lee. Like, if that's one thing he gonna do is he gonna carry some energy with him and shit like that. But, like I said, all kids with ADHD had that shit. Feel me?
Tough,
But he
tough.
gonna have that energy and shit. And that's fine. Feel me? Again, like, I gotta remind him and all the fans and everybody else amongst us that you not rapping to a nigga your height. You not rapping to a nigga your size. You not rapping to a nigga that ain't been battle tested, ain't been in like unfamiliar territories. Like, only thing this is making me, it's making me more comfortable because I'm part of the trenches too. For me, like, so it's like I got that for me. That cosign that for me. That was the worst thing they could have did. They should have waited until after this battle to give me that cosign because I'm going in that bitch confident already. Like, and that's the one thing scarier about me in general is me being confident. When I did the OSBL shit, I'm walking in that bitch confident. Like, even if I know for a fact motherfuckers, 100 motherfuckers in there not gonna cheer because that was certainly an away game, and the theme of that card was basically like the outsiders versus us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But it's like even with that, I'm not, I go in everywhere confident as a motherfucker. I go wherever I go in there like I'm not a nigga. You feel me? Like, and that's how you gotta go. Last thing he wants is for me to feel is to really feel like that, and mix that confidence with the skill I already, you know, like I have a superpower. My homies telling me like, the superpower is I could turn anything into a moment real quick, like, and then you don't even see it coming. So
I agree. I agree. I think
that's
it's
why
more on him to like A game. He got to be on his A game. It's more pressure on him. I would say.
hmm and it's even more pressure. Like, I'm doing all these promo runs. Like, you know, I'm doing all these promo runs and stuff like that. Like, I feel great. Like I feel great about my material. Um, I feel great about everything. Like how I'm about to perform it. To every word I'm gonna say. I feel it, and you know, like I said, this 6'4", 300 pounds. Like for me, like you gonna have to, you gotta do more than just the shit you was doing to Gav you know, and then really for me, the other battles where you shaking the room is like, man, that's cool, but those is debatables, man. Like I need to see some bodies at this point. Like, you feel me? That's what I was telling him. Like, yo, I need to see a body. I need to see, you feel me? I need to see an undeniable W. Like I said, because the Gav shit,
Yeah.
Gav lost more than Lee won. I told him that. Feel me? Like Gav lost more than Lee won. I want to see that shit. I want to see you successfully clear somebody like me. Feel me? So, because anytime he got a, like I said, the CNG battle. You know, I seen that shit. That's a nigga that was he was talking that shit with him, and bro struggled to get through that shit. I seen a couple battles. You know, but like I said,
So does
everybody's
so
different.
are we saying he has no clear wins from what you seen? All debatables?
I would say he ain't got no bodies, man. Bro ain't got no bodies.
Nobody's.
No bodies. No bodies, man. He definitely got a clear winner too. Man. You know, I can't sit up here and just get that man. No fucking. credit and props and shit all face off. I mean, because like I said, that shit don't matter when you step in front of me. You know, like whatever you did in your past, it don't matter once you start me. Just like whatever I did in the past or whoever I beat, that don't matter once me and him gets recorded in real time and live time. For me, that's all that matters. Is who's in front of me. You know, because again, battle rap is what have you done for me lately. So,
That's a fact.
and if you know lately, all you, I mean, you got Gab Sinatra. Is we like how impressed are we with that? Like, how impressed are we with a nigga that got more chokes than Lee got battles in general? Like, how? Come on now.
Damn.
So, like how impressive is that? You feel me? Like, mm I feel like if that's the standard in a bar we setting, Lee definitely gonna be in for a rough night. So he definitely gonna be in for a tough one because I'm not coming to joking. Who took the picture? Like I'm not coming to play with this nigga. For me. Like
If
that nigga
I'm
said, who took the
him,
picture for three
I
rounds straight?
I I take the room and I go first. Like
If you
I
him, I
set the
mean,
tone if I'm him.
and then what happens on our rebuttal?
I'm just saying.
The best
He-
bet is to go first, but you don't want me being the last person you hear though. Like in
that
this
is true.
situation, you don't want like especially somebody that writes like I do. You don't
Yeah.
want me being the last person for me because if I get the last say and I have that quotable, that song
Yeah.
like the stove had to work or the Tom Cruise do this Top Gun like for me you heard that shit for me like or the drop everything trouble like I mean the drop everything quick Craig's in trouble like you don't want me to have the last word.
True. But it's like, see, I only say that because, like, he's an energy person. So that's why I'm like, if he goes first, he can kind of like set the tone, like, kind of set the tone in his own way to how, he want to go about it. Versus if you go first, say your first round crazy. Now it's like, what am I gonna be able to adjust it, or are we gonna be like they gonna be really talking about these rounds?
Like
Oh,
so how that go? I mean, like you right. How that go? That's where battle rap IQ come in. That's where your battle IQ come in. That's where you gotta know your round placement. Because that matters just as much as your material. Where you place your rounds matters just as much as what you put in your round. Um, too many times I watch battlers put they all in the first, or they fuck around and wait into the third, and they have like they most of the time they have this somber ass fucking third round. And I blame Geechee Gotti for that. When now everybody has some sort of third round that's like, oh, my cousin Ray Ray got shot the day before the battle, the last battle I had, and I had to live through that and go through that battle, and I still made it to the battle. Don't do that shit with me. All right. I'm gonna tell you, fuck Ray Ray. Like, I'm gonna tell you that. If you plan on coming to this battle and having a Geechee Gotti's third, where you talk about, you know, the countless amount of motherfucking uh 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 felonies or something you don't caught and all sorts of shit and all the for me, the homies that didn't get to climb that fence with you metaphorically, yo, I'm gonna just punch your fucking head off. Like fuck all that. You know. Um you better make your third and your second and your first your best round. You know? Because like I said, I'm the type that if I peep something gets enough traction, or if I peep the energy, the momentum shifting from
mm,
me, I'll switch my round. Like, and you wouldn't even know because you'll think that my round was, you'll think that it was written like that to begin with, you know. And again, that's just IQ, because I pay attention. Like other people, when their opponent raps, they zone out. Whatever they do to play defense, whatever they zone out, blank out, whatever. Um, and I ain't gonna say everything I do, but I got
mm-hmm.
impeccable defense. Like, I'm barely looking bothered when motherfuckers be rapping like the hardest shit to me or whatever, or in their head. niggas be sitting there writing and screaming at the top of their lungs and doing all the flare flips and that they want to, and the Ric Flair joke, the woo, like for me, or whatever the fuck they think is gonna work for them. So, but
Who's had the best flip on your name that you've battled?
YGS, YGS, Young God Swag. He he set a bar, and I wasn't like I knew it was coming, but
Mm,
like I didn't think it was gonna get received as well as it did. Like it says he says something. He was like, they're gonna have to spread his ashes in an ocean where they'll have to pour Tariq in or something like that. And it was cool for me. Like I was like, okay, cool for me. Puerto Rican. I get it, because my name's Tariq. Um,
mm,
but then my best flip, I think the best flip on my name came from myself because I did it as a kind of like a pre-buttal to Hazy Williams when I was I was like, son, like I'm finna bruise this coward. Do you foul? You gonna come up here with a James St. Patrick bar, but I'm sick of these Tariq flips from these wannabe stars, and they're really starting to lose their power. Like, feel me? It was some shit like that, and it fucking broke it broke the ruin and shit like that, broke the building. Um, so that's why I be telling niggas like, yo, can't nobody flip my name better than I'm gonna flip my name. So it's like I don't even know why certain individuals even write that shit, even try that shit. Like, but I mean, I'm sure Lee probably feel the same way about his name. Um, I would hope so. I'm sure he feel the same about his name. You know, so niggas get beat up quickly.
yeah,
Use a fruit simply. Like niggas, come on. Like I know he beating his head like this shit ass. Like you probably done heard all them shits. So,
yeah.
but
That is just
luckily
be
for
like
him,
predictable.
luckily for him, I don't rely solely on name flips. So I mean, I battled Baby James, and I ain't have not a single name flip. So that's what I'm saying. So it's like that's a part of your skill set is being able to write without those, being able to without the low hanging fruit bars and shit like pause if need be. Is writing, skillfully. So I just feel like, this battle I'm gonna showcase the skill set that I have better than, you know, the skill set that he has. For me, not to say that he's not a talented artist. For me, like Lee is very, very talented, and I feel like both of us will definitely learn something from this battle. We'll pick up something from this battle. Um,
Mm,
I don't feel like it's gonna be a wash on any end. Like, you know, I don't see it being a wash like that. Only because like it's a style clash. Like
yeah,
it's the classic style clash. Like the person with the crazy energy versus the big fucking behemoth and shit like that with the heavy hitting bars. And we've seen this happen plenty of times and stuff like that. So it's really gonna be a preference. Um, I just feel like preferably motherfuckers is gonna sway my way. That's what I feel like. So
that's what I say. Like, cause you can go boom, 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 and keep it going. That is just like Lee can have moments, but it's like, can you keep it going like multiple times throughout the round?
yeah, yeah,
And the
it's
crowd is like hyped every time for it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, but he got some, like I said, like he the shit I hear so far from him is like I hear the potential in those. Like if I'm not gonna say how he could do it because I'm not giving this nigga no cheat codes and nothing like that. That's for May 5th. You know what I mean? Like that's for after everything's said and done. You feel me? Like we shake hands and shit after we catch that fade in the backyard. But like I said, it's potential in how he writes. Like it's just I don't want to say he don't punch enough, but like
Mm,
they're not as potent. I mean, they're not like how he writes. He doesn't write like the typical. battle rapper where it's like he's setting you up for a punch. I mean, like, hey, he just writes to where something happens to be a punch, and that's also dangerous too because there's something he might say something that's not intended on being a punchline, and it ends up being a haymaker. You feel me? He can do that. You know, um, that's his superpower. Whereas like he doesn't have to punch. But again, that's what that's what the mother niggas like. You definitely better put your fucking hands up, or a duck, when you battling me. So, because like I said, and again, it's like I'm so ready, and I really wish like it was already Saturday, like for me, because I'm just ready to get this battle over with. All the promotion and the me, my neighbors and shit looking at me crazy. I'm outside at you know 2, 3 in the morning, rehearsing outside. Um, Loud as fuck for me, like, and like I said, I'm ready for this shit to be over for me because I'm more so excited for what the fans will perceive it as. I'm more excited for that, for how y'all will receive it. So, because again, I love opportunities. I love making new fans. I love, you know, when people watch me and they tell me like, "Yo, I watch you. I like you." You got. I like when people like when they tell me that.
Mm.
So I like to deliver product for them to brag about. It's like watching your favorite basketball player drop 20 and 30 and shit like that in real time, and they shoot efficient, and then they get the win on top of that. That's a good feeling, especially when your parlay's hitting. So,
Mm. That's a whole fact. That's a whole fact. So you go in there, you beat Lee L&D Saturday clear.
uh-huh,
Easy, push you to the side. Reek, good showing, clear win.
uh-huh.
Who makes sense for you to battle next, as far as the trenches?
Um, it's a good one for me as far as the trenches goes. As far as the trenches goes, like, I mean, I ain't got no problem. We fight each other and shit like that. Um, I wouldn't mind seeing a crush. Cause I think that he had a dope showing against JDY. Um, a dope showing. You feel me? Um, I feel like let me see, cause it's a lot of people in the trenches, but and I gotta make sure. Cutter was cool. I want to see him out more. I like his style. It's different. He doesn't rap the same way as everybody else. If we talking just trenches artists and stuff like that,
Yeah.
um, the obvious, the moves and stuff like that, like the text, the J Moore, just to prove like for me who up there, just to show niggas that I can hang with, these niggas too for me. So that's obvious for me. That's a given. Um, Really, it really don't matter to me, but like I said, it has to make sense in terms of their promotion as well, like how well they gonna sell a fight and how well where where we take it and shit like that. But I mean, there's other people outside of the trenches. I like to, I
Who you
definitely
want?
um KD in no order. KD, let me see, Rubando. Um, let me see.
Definitely a focused Ruben though.
A focused one, yeah. Like for me, like not Rubando, KD, because KD be you know I'll watch V Gotti. Um,
Oh,
he cool. And again, for me, he get love in Louisiana, but like these niggas ain't never fucking go nowhere. Like these niggas don't be like. It's funny because like I'm not as known as some of these people,
mm,
but the funny thing is like I've battled everywhere. So like I've battled in just a little bit of time, like because I'm only 2 years and some change in this bitch too, like now. So and again, like there's not a big market for battle rap, coming from where I'm from. Like I
mm,
said, um, so I'm not expecting for everybody to jump out their seats and know me. So I mean, like it was hard, getting out of the circuit of where I'm from and shit like that, and actually getting eyes on me. Like so, salute to Easy for coming out to New England and coming up north and shit like that, and checking niggas out and giving niggas the invite, extending his hand on some shit like yo, why don't y'all come out here, rap for me out here, and we see where we go. Um, but I've been on We Go. I battled in New York. I battled in Boston, Rhode Island, motherfucking Connecticut, motherfucking Virginia, Maryland. So it's like at each one of those battles, I'm getting reaction. Like no matter where the fuck I battle at, no matter what the league is, whether it was I battle, whether it was We Go Hard, you know, TBL, like I battle on Takeover for me. Plenty of other leagues and stuff like that. And each time I go, you're gonna get a good showing of me. Everybody can't say they rapped everywhere outside of their comfort zone. We talking miles away from Virginia or Louisiana stuff, wherever you got it from. Like he got to be able to do what the fuck he did where for up north, because believe it or not, like up north got the harshest critics. Like New York, they got some of the toughest critics. I got cosigns from, like I said, the Mike Terrace. Shout out to him. Mo Mula. Shout out to him. The Benji Look, like that's one of the, for me, the best performers. We talking about performance, like some niggas ain't even, feel me, they not touching Benji Lolo. Like, you feel me, like for me to get a cosign for him, and for him to say like, hey, battle me, as that shit means a lot. You feel me? It's niggas that I feel like don't get enough spotlight on them. I'll battle the Reggie Cush nigga too. He a funny dude, but he's slick. You know, Bubble Ford. It's a couple of people that I wouldn't mind taking my talents out on. Feel me? Like pause. Like I beat you know, beat dog shit out of one of these niggas for me for 3 rounds. And that's why I said, if you got, he just one of them niggas where, I see what the fuck he doing for me. Like when he not busy wilding in the classroom or doing tricks for Nick Cannon, whatever the fuck he been doing lately, then we got that conversation too. You know, um, because at this point, me and my homies, DMU shit. We tired of niggas overlooking, me and my man's BNB. You feel me? Like we the new signees. Like we
Ooh,
tired of
I just
niggas.
watched B&B versus Lou Castro.
And mind you, that's an
He
away
did his
game. Like
numbers.
niggas don't even know what happened before that battle. And I mean, I'm not gonna speak on it. It's not my place to speak on that. Um, but we walked into that battle. We did because I brought bro for me to the battle. Like we drove together. That's my brother. For me, like um, niggas don't even know what the fuck went into that battle. Like niggas was hating all sorts of shit. Like niggas wasn't trying for me give it up for bro. For me, the situation that happened right before the battle and shit. But you know, he did that convincingly. And it's like, yo, Lewis, I don't know if Lewis just asked that battle or if B&B was that good too for me, cause you know, but so salute to him for me. He did that shit, you know. But like we just trying to show niggas like, we here, we can get up with anybody.
That is very true. That is very true. Cause the Lou Castro battle was the second battle I've seen from B&B, and I'm like, I like what I see. He
Who was
can go
the first
places.
one? The first one was the trenches one.
Uh, hmm,
The first one was the trenches battle.
yeah.
Mm.
Cause I kept seeing his name, and I'm like, and then when I saw the battle, I was like, I've seen him before, but I never knew what his name was.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, he can go places. He can go places. He's talented.
Yeah, bro, different. So I mean, you know, that's all we want to do. Is just show people that we can hang with whatever people y'all want to put in these newcomer conversations. Like we can hang with all of them. You feel me? We can hang with them. We can beat them. We can, whatever the fuck they want to do. We can do
Mm,
shit. And I'm standing on that shit. 5L. I mean, fuck what niggas talking about. I mean, and the scary thing is, we only gonna get better.
yeah.
We only gonna get better, especially if we know people's watching us. That's fuel. If people's doubting us, that's fuel for us. I mean, especially for a nigga like me. You know, I'm a take that and and run with that shit. So
Yeah, cause I was looking at, cause QB dropped her card, and I'm looking at the time that's on here, and I'm like, you or B&B could have been dope on that card. Well, we talk
yeah,
about newer talent.
Yeah. Shout out to QB. She from Connecticut too. For me, shout out to QB. I got her number. It's just certain things for me, like certain, timelines. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm.
But I definitely would like the honor. Yeah, I definitely would. It'd be an honor to, to battle on one of her cars and shit like that. Just because I don't get home games, so I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like if anybody, we could make that happen too. By the way, I'll call QB. Like for me, if anybody thinking like niggas could beat me in Connecticut, like for me, you're fucking crazy. Like I think niggas like underestimate the love that I get home. So me like, you know, um, so that's what I'm saying. None of them, V Gotti or the Rube Bandos or none of them niggas from. I don't think they wanna, you know, I don't think they wanna see me in Connecticut and shit like that. It's gonna be a
Question:
hard battle.
Is
What's up?
45th Focus from Connecticut?
Fourth, fifth, fourth. I think so. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He from the 203. So
Because I was
niggas,
gonna say
him,
that could have
Bangs,
been the matchup, but
him,
we're not gonna do
Bangs.
Connecticut on Connecticut crime.
Yeah, I really don't be wanting to do that shit because it's only a little handful of us.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, and shout out to Riz, that's DMU for me. Um, he from Connecticut and shit like that. It's only a few of us that's really from Connecticut doing what the fuck we gotta do, and going places that we need to go, performing every time we perform, and so it'd be funny as hell when league owners, they see that it's only like six of us for real, and they be trying to pit us against each other. It's like, yo, come on now, like for me, y'all can't think of nothing else, nothing more creative. Like we done already battled each other half of the time. We battled each other before it was on camera, just to get
Mm.
to where the fuck we at, like you know. So in reality, like you know, we don't even like that shit. It's to the point where it's niggas that like I said, fourth, fifth, and bangs and pop and buds and you know all them niggas. They 203. You feel me?
Mm.
I'm 860. You feel me? They from 203 for me, but we don't want to battle each other because of shit like that. Just because we from the same state.
Mm.
We don't even got to be from the same area code. We just got that mutual respect for one another type shit. So like it was to the point where, like I said, shout out to Paper. Um, Before he met me, I went to a We Go Hard event and I battled on We Go Hard, and you know I ain't even know the nigga at that time. Like for me, like for real, I ain't even know him like that. And he like, nah, this, da da da, this read like this Hartford nigga, this 860, da 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 for me, like, so shout out to him for me. So we one thing about us, we try to stick together the best that we can. So
That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Connecticut versus everybody. That's
real
what they should
shit,
really do.
real shit, real shit. I feel like that'd be a fire card, like, you know, that'd be a fire card if niggas could, pull that together. That'd be a fire card.
Like QB, probably, I know QB can make that happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like for sure, for sure, for sure.
Cause I mean, she's having Connecticut talent on her cards, and then she's getting
Mhm.
certain names to be on the cards. So
Yeah, so
I
salute to
think she
her for
could
that.
definitely at some point make that happen.
Nah, salute to her for that for sure. She doing big things for Kennedy. I'm just happy to see it. A legend like that do things and put back into the city. Love to see that shit. Love to see it. So
That's a fact. You versus B Gotti, that's interesting.
yeah, he gonna fucking see this shit and be like, he
I
fucking.
would tag him in a moment. He'd be like, "No, the fuck, he can't beat me."
Yeah, I mean, they always say that type of shit. Like motherfuckers always saying that. Like niggas don't never think that God's real until they wake up and they next to him. Like after a battle with Reek, like for me, it'd be crazy. So it's like,
Like I've
cause
seen,
I seen some of his shit. I seen some of his shit.
I've seen like two battles from him.
He cool. He cool. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna I ain't gonna stun at him. For me, he cool. He definitely got some shit that I like. I like how he talk for me. But again, it's like you know, you talking that talk. I'm gonna talk that talk with you for me. You know, so we just gonna have to see about you.
I'd be interested in that battle because I know he gonna promo with you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I could see that happening. I don't know where. Whether it's flatline, maybe breed at some point. Just never know.
I mean, it's definitely some unfinished business over there. Um, and if the schedules allow it and the universe allows that battle to happen, it don't really matter where it happens to me. Um, like I said, for me, I don't duck no smoke. Feel me? I don't have a track record of ducking smoke. Uh, Sometimes shit can't happen,
Yeah.
and that's just that. But so with this situation, with the lead situation, it seemed like motherfuckers just found out for me. Like I knew I was gonna have to, you know, I knew for me that I'd have to battle Lee. So for a while, you know.
Yep.
So like I
Yeah,
said, we gonna have a goodie, man.
it made sense.
It does, it does.
Like it. I would say, yeah, yeah. Lee would make the most sense. Cause I would say Dre, but it's like still could have been a good battle.
Me and Dre Majesty.
Yeah, I think y'all could have still been a good battle.
Okay, okay. Maybe after this one, who knows? It really, it really depends on what Easy got in store for us. For me, like I know he got a plan, though. He got a vision for me. So it was funny though hearing like the naysayers and shit like that. Like, oh, he gonna put y'all on the shelf, and I was hearing motherfuckers
Yeah,
say all sorts of hate and shit. I mean, like, oh, he gonna put you on the shelf, and it's like, all right, boom, first trenches card after the last one, I'm on it. I mean, like, so what is niggas talking about? I don't know
yeah.
nothing
I
about
hate
being on the
that.
bench.
That people want to be like, oh, you ain't gonna get pushed. But
That's
I'm
passive
like,
hate. Like
niggas
that's
is
hate.
booked and busy
Yeah,
though.
yeah, that's hate. That's just projection for me. That's niggas projecting they hate. You know, um, because that's a crazy thing to just say. Like, he ain't gonna show you. Like, I mean, come on now. For me, that's hate. For me, like, not for nothing. Like, I could get booked anywhere. For me, like I said, I've been busy type shit. So it's not like my last battle was the December shit with Baby James. Like I've been booked, so battled and shit. Like so.
That's a fact.
Then I don't think they underestimate my reach online. Like I be promoting this shit. I be in spaces talking my shit. I'll do all that shit for me.
That's what I be trying to tell some of them. I'm like, y'all be on Twitter, but y'all don't get into spaces. That's the quickest way to pop shit to a nigga and get a battle.
Exactly for me.
Y'all be on the timeline going back and forth with a nigga all day. Nigga, get in the spaces.
And getting alive too, like, you know, um, and it's a bunch of niggas that be in the spaces like for me. I'm not even gonna say their names because niggas be, I know what the fuck that is. I know that's a bait. But some niggas, they gonna just say a name just to say it. Like be in the spaces, just say shit just to say it for me. But that's all good. For me, like all publicity is good publicity, like if you can make a battle make sense, you can make it happen.
True.
With me, it's like as long as it makes sense for me, I'm down. You know.
That's true. I see a lot of the battles recently have been like money on the floor battles.
Yeah,
How
definitely a
you
lot
feel
of
about
them.
those?
Um, I don't really mind. Like, I don't mind.
Would
I
you
don't
want to have
mind.
judges?
Yeah, like, yeah, they definitely would have to be judged. I feel like certain battles, though, one thing about that is certain battles be like, because everybody be like, oh, there has to be a winner, there has to be a loser. Like, yo, certain battles, it really boils down to preference, and
Yeah.
that's what that's like the double edged sword part about judge battles is when you're having those, you're really putting it in the hand of preference. So that means you have to have the preferred style, preferred cadence, preferred all that shit. Sometimes like I won't even, not me, but sometimes the judges won't even say this. Like you'll fuck around and lose a battle because somebody didn't like the color fucking shoes you wore or shirt you wore. Um, that's how petty judge battles are sometimes when it comes to preference. Like when it boils down to that, like if a battle is like super duper close, A nigga will fucking be like, well, fuck it, like, you know, he had a red shirt on, so me, I like blue. Um, they won't say that shit. They'll never say that. They'll never admit that shit. But you know, you gotta read between the lines. There's situations where I've watched battlers lose the judges battles off of the stupidest shit, and you ask 500 people, you can ask 50 people to 100 people, like, yo, who won that battle? They all have the opposite person winning. So then you get to really thinking, like, well, damn, you know, situations like that happens. I mean, but that is the risk that you take when when you sign up for a judged battle. You know, money on the floor. That's the risk. You know, there's the higher reward is because it's high risk, high reward. The reward is bragging rights. You get
Yeah.
a definitive win. You know, you can say like, "Yo, this is a definitive win on my record." So, regardless of what you think, regardless of what this person thinks, these judges, these people that we placed in place to judge this battle, they had me winning. Um, so it happens. I mean, like I said, I don't got a problem with those. It be like that. So I just, I just know like shit. Judge battles, you really got to write differently. And be honest, like you kind of have to write like tournament style. You know, if that makes sense. Everybody's not gonna understand that, but when you have a judge battle, you have to write tournament style. They're looking for material that's digestible in a moment because there's no we gonna watch this back and then tell you who the winner is now. Like judge battles is right then and there on the spot. So that's a little for me cheat code for those that didn't understand or grasp the scenario or think that they're gonna win on camera, or whatever the fuck. Like is the playback? Niggas lose judge battles and the first thing they say is, "But on the playback, like watch when it drops on YouTube." That's the first thing they say. Like yo, respectfully, uh.
You lost the battle. You lost the battle.
Yeah, we're like, and now if you did win on the playback, that's fine. But niggas ain't hearing that in the building. You feel me?
Nope.
Like niggas ain't dropping the battle on YouTube in the building and waiting, telling everybody to fucking go look at it. Nah, nigga. Like, I mean, so that's the cheat code. Like, you just gotta have, you know, digestible. I'm not saying simple. I'm saying digestible for me material. You know, i.e., punches or current event bars. Like, you know, if y'all look at DNA and Shine and the tournament that DNA won, even on BET, nigga did a whole bunch of current event bars. Like around that time, I think the PNB thing happened or the Nipsey thing happened. Can't remember, but nigga had a marathon continue bar. They went the fucking BET crowd went crazy.
Yep.
Um, and again, IQ. That's battle fucking IQ. That's all it is. Just sharpen your fucking battle IQ. Know where the fuck you at. Read the room. Like, y'all hear that term millions of times and don't actually apply it. You get a judge battle, read the fucking room. So that's all I'm
That's
saying.
true.
I ain't gonna give niggas too much game from you. I know a lot more than like the average rookie and shit like that. So
What's your last words for Lee before Saturday?
um, don't fuck my footage up.
That part.
Uh, yeah, cause I need a goodie. You know, um, come in there ready to battle. Like we gonna give them a show. We're gonna give them a show. A lot of people are most excited about this battle when it comes to, that weekend. A lot of people want to see Lee again. A lot of people want to see me again. I personally want to see Lee rap again, and I'm happy that I'm standing in front of it. I think Lee's talented. I think, you know, Lee brings a different dynamic to the battle that a lot of my other opponents don't or they haven't. So it's gonna be interesting to see kind of how that unfolds. Assuming that he executes it the right way, and then, last but not least, just duck. You know, as soon as those punches start coming, go ahead and duck. Just you know, all that shit, man. You know, take cover and just pray that them bitches ain't landing the way that just pray that them bitches ain't landing like that, cause it's yeah. So you
Are
know,
we predicting 2-1 debatable, 3-0 classic? What we
2-1
going for?
classic, 2-1
Okay.
classic. I don't think that they're gonna let him get 30 than Philly.
No, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't, and that goes for anybody. I don't think anybody is 30 in Lee and Philly,
Nope.
but
There's a first for everything.
it's a first for everything. If it does happen, it's gonna be from Reek. Um, but I'm gonna go and show levels though. That's what I plan to do. I plan to go in there and show levels. You know, that's what I wish the Tomboy battle was 3 rounds because then I would have showed levels for 3 rounds straight. Um, but yeah though. So, but this is 3 rounds, so we get to have fun with that shit. We get to have fun. Like I like 3 round battles because it's like, you know, you get to really fight. And when niggas think it's over, it's never over until that last. It's never over. So that last bar. So bring your A game. So, that's all I could. That's all I could say. Pray for my enemies before I pray. Lineballclothing.com. DMU shit overheads for me.
Saturday, Rick Laflair versus Lee L&D. There are three free battles while you
Facts.
within watching the face-offs on the Trenches YouTube channel. Make sure y'all tune in. You don't want to miss it. Trust me, this gonna be the most talked about battle on Saturday. Most
Oh
talked
yeah.
about battle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. For me.
I
But
thank you, Reek. We gonna chop it up after and see what you got coming next.
you gonna be in the city or you watch it from the
I'm gonna watch it.
YouTube? Hell
I'm gonna
yeah.
watch it. But you know I'm gonna be tweeting about it.
Of course, of course. I mean, we need that live play by play update. So like so.
Always.
I'm expecting you to keep it real, like for me. Like I'm gonna ask you, like for me, if you had him winning for me, like just keep
Oh
it
yeah,
soft.
yeah,
I
yeah. I keep it real. And
Facts.
I keep it real on why I say whatever.
Yeah, for me. We
So
fuck with you for me. So
appreciate you.
of course, I mean. But anytime finna go for me, keep rehearsing. I'm about to go find a suit and casket for dude. So be shopping for one of those.
All
But I gotta shut
right.
up later, man.
All right.